folks, Bob here. All right, in this video I want to show you how to remove the lock plate on this car. This is a 72 Plymouth Scamp. It's a project car, it's a drag car, and it's got the locking steering wheel. I have the tool in that box. I think I've got the proper tools here along with a tripod. I'm gonna try to get you guys set up where you can see what all is involved here. And we'll all I want to do is remove the lock plate and to get it where I can turn the steering wheel without having to, I do not have the key to unlock it. All right, let's get started. All right, folks, so what you do, you start off, you take this centerpiece here off. You gotta be careful because you can break the little plastic tabs real easy. And matter of fact, I probably use a slightly smaller screwdriver, but that is definitely put some stress on it. Oh, no. There we go. Maybe not. I think I broke this one. Yep, I did. Shoot. These little brittle plastic. Yeah, broke down. It's not completely broke. I can probably fix that. I don't know if you guys can see a little light colored mark right there. I might be able to fix that. I don't know. Anyhow, that gets you to these screws right here. See these screws, which allows this piece here to come off. Okay, so let's do that next. We won't need that anymore. We don't need any of these anymore. Maybe, I don't know. Let's take these screws up. Phillips head. Oh, that motor was in there. I don't think that steering wheel's ever come off. Unlike today's cars, there seems like they spend more time in the dealership and get prepared for silly stuff. It's been what everybody tells me anyway. I'm gonna put that screw right there. Now, this is a 72 Plymouth Scamp. This is similar to full size, the Chargers and whatnot, Cornettes. Very similar. This is called an A-body car. And I'm gonna probably time lapse on some of this. I know you want to sit here and watch this. Them screws are in there. Man, I got the wrong screwdriver too. That's what happens when you're working on a car out in the junkyard. It's out behind the shop. We've got some more cars back here. Okay, we get this last screw out. So that's all it is. And this piece here just comes right off. And there's a wire here for the horn. Right here. You'll need a screwdriver to pry it off. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a wire right there that just pulls off out of there. Buck splice connector, I think they call it, and then another screw, and then this will come off. So let me get that other screw out of the way. Perfect. Let me get another screwdriver. Hold on, be right back. Okay, folks, so I got these JIS drive screwdrivers. I featured these on the channel a while back. That's a Japanese industrial strength, and it's precision screwdriver. It seems to do pretty good. Just on situations like this. So let's find out. You see, it's just got a really nice tip on it. There we go. So I demonstrated it before, but watch this. Look at there. Popped it right loose. Oh man, these things are a lifesaver. Like 20 bucks on Amazon. Okay, that's off. That is off. That's done. We put these back up because we should not need these again today on this job. Good Lord. Yeah, this is an old car out of the junkyard, so it's pretty dirty in here. I haven't seen any signs yet of anything living in it. Thank goodness. Okay, now we're down to our nut. Let's see if I guessed right on that. And I did. All right, so it takes a 3/4 inch. I don't know if I can get you guys a good look at that. Can y'all see that? I got a glare, I can't tell. Steering wheel's locked, so you ain't got to worry about anybody having to hold it or anything. Just simply take this and break it loose. There it comes. And just take the nut all the way off. Set it over here. Now, here comes the fun part. I damaged this a while back and I never have repaired it. So this is a kit to remove a steering wheel. Comes with a little piece here that you stick right on to not damage the threads on the steering shaft. And this piece here that goes, see, that fits in there. And it goes over this. So now we got to find a bolt. There's these bolts here, and this is what I damaged. And that one's gonna work. That's good. How about that? It looks like the very first 2 bolts I used to try and work. Got the little socket set here, and it would be metric. Darn it. Let's see if we can make this happen. Yeah, there we go. I think I can make it work. I just want to make sure they go in there. Yeah. Yeah, that's going in. That's going in. Okay, so these are the 2 bolts I'm going to use. Show you how easy it is to get this off. It's a piece of cake when you got the right tool. See, this bolt here, I bent it. You're not going to be able to tell. It's not by the naked eye you can, but that makes it a little bit challenging to get this off. But I've done a few. I keep forgetting to go to the store and buy another bolt. So what you do, you get yourself set up. So we got to back this down. But this bolt goes through and threads into these holes that I just tested. So we got to back it down so we have plenty of room. And we got to put that little spacer on. Don't forget that. We'll get to that in a second. There we go. All right, there's one of them in. There's the second one in. Let's get those tight. Oops. Get this piece of this bolt in the center is what you pull against. Screw it in good. right, she's all the way in. Yeah, where did I do with my little, here it is. Here. There's that little spacer piece. We put it up in here, back this nut out, get it on there, tighten it up. As you tighten it up, it'll draw tight against these bolts right here. See what I'm saying? So as I tighten this center bolt up, it draws this piece up tight. And that's what you use to pull right here. See, it's tight now. So when I start tightening this up, it'll pull these, it'll use this and pull the wheel right off. Did you guys see all that? As I turn this down, it draws this piece here up until these bolts here touches. Okay, and then you just turn that and tighten it. Get you set back up. And that's a bigger one. It might work. What is that? A 17 maybe? It won't have to work. The one I got that'll come close. So. All right, here goes. I felt it break loose. So what you do, you just keep tightening that down, and it pulls the steering wheel out off the shaft. It's pretty loose there. There it comes. See how easy that was? Piece of cake. Piece of damn cake. Love it. All right, I'm gonna cut you off for a second while I get here to this lock plate. All right, guys. So next, I gotta take this screw here out, which loosens up the turn signal lever and gets this out of the way, and then take this collar off. There's three screws right there, there, and there. Take them out of the way, and then I believe, if memory serves me right, I gotta take these screws here out and get this piece here off. So let me do that, and I'll be right back with you. All right, I got this screw broke loose right here that holds this. This is the ignition. I mean the turn signal switch for this one. You see, it's got these are the cams for it right here. You can hear it click. This screw is amazingly long. Look at that. And that allows you to remove that. And then what I like to do, I like to just thread the screw right back into the turn signal lever. Okay. All right, guys, so I got two of the screws out. To get to this third screw, I just simply got to move this turn signal cam up. So watch this. See that? Just like you would turn the turn signal to the left. And that exposes that screw there. Okay, and that's the little collar that was being held on by those screws. I'm gonna set it right down here with the screws. And then all you do is pull the ignition turn signal. I keep calling that ignition turn. Just pull the turn signal switch out. Now you see the four-way flasher's got a little groove right here it fits into. Just grab hold of it and just slide it out. There should have been more slack in that wiring harness than it is, I guess, because the steering column's halfway disconnected in there. But I'm gonna have to get in there and fix all that and take all that wiring out, because I'm gonna put a race car wiring harness in it. But you get that out of the way, and there's 1, 2, 3 screws that hold this collar on. Okay. And I failed to mention something, guys. See that lock ring right here? Snap ring? You got to get that off too. So I'll have to get a tool and show you how to get that off. Okay, guys, so these snap ring pliers, they make them two different ways. This kind here is you squeeze it together to open out, and then they got another kind that you squeeze together and it closes. They're already open and you squeeze and it closes. And it comes with an assortment of different tips. And all you do is loosen these little screws up right here, right there, and just loosen them up and just slide your tips down in and tighten them back down. And then it fits down into these little holes, if I can get it to focus, right here. and that spreads that snap ring open. I want to try to do this with the camera going with one hand. Don't know if I can do it. Give me a minute here to get it set up, and then I'll see if I can't. I'm not gonna be able to do it, guys. I got to take two hands. Let me cut you off. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see, but I got the snap ring off and slid up on the shaft a little bit. So all you do now is just take a screwdriver and just kind of work it up. Well, that one's still on the lip a little bit, so let me get the tool back out. But that's how you do it. Sometimes if you can, you can put a screwdriver behind it as it comes out, but it's off the little groove here, and I slide it off shaft, and I don't want to lose it because I got to put this back together. All right, folks, there you go. Try to get it where you can see it opening up. As I squeeze, it opens up, so that takes it off that shaft and just off that groove and slide it right over the shaft. Simple as that. All right, folks, so I got those 3 screws out, and I lied to you. This screw here was way loose, which is the short one here. And these 2 here look like carburetor screws. Exactly what they look like. So somebody has been in this steering column before, and I think that's the wrong size screw. So anyhow, I got the snap ring off, got the bolts out, so we should just be able to pull this thing off now. It should just pop off. So let me work on that a little bit. Well, I told you wrong. There was one more screw. It was right on the other side of this, the little lamp for the 4-way flasher. So, and it was also one of these carburetor screw looking things. I just don't believe that's factory. So now I've got the 4 screws out, and now this plate should come on. This piece here should come right on off. Let me work on that a little bit. Okay, folks, so it's the next day. I had to pause on this because I wanted to make sure what I was doing here. I don't want to break this piece, so I consulted with some folks I know, and they said this piece should just pull off. They said it's probably this little bit of surface rust, maybe some dried grease that's causing some kind of interference with this race right here. And to scrape that with a knife, and it should come on off by hand. So you may have to tap it. So I've got a couple of hammers. I got a regular steel hammer, and I got a little rubber mallet deal, and a pocket knife. And I got this whole thing I bought off of Amazon that I saw a guy on another YouTube channel use. It scrapes stuff pretty good. So we're going to do that and see what happens. All right, folks, so there you have it. It slid off. No damage. There's a snap ring here, see? And that's for this piece here, I'm thinking. I'll take that snap ring there off. And then this lock plate should, I think what you're supposed to do, you have this tool that you press this lock plate down, but I guess in the process of prying on that thing, I pried it down. So I think if I take this snap ring out right here, we will be good. You can take this off. Yeah, all I did there, I just scraped with a knife around the edge here. You can see the scrape marks. And I hit with a little sandpaper because it came past the, this groove here where this one snap ring was in. And got to about right here, and it kind of stopped. It stopped. I'm like, why is it stopping? It was because I hadn't cleaned this part. So I cleaned this part with sandpaper. And just kind of pried on it with a couple screwdrivers, and in less than 5 minutes, I had the thing off. So let's pop this snap ring off, and I think this piece here just come right on off. Okay, so that snap ring came off pretty easy. I just took 2 screwdrivers and whacked at it at the same time, and she popped on off, and it flew off somewhere where it went. But I'm not putting it back together, so I don't care. But this piece here should slide off, but it's stuck also. It could possibly be partially stuck because I was prying on it, but I don't know. You can see where it's a little indented right here and right there. I think the screwdriver might have tweaked it a little bit, but I'm gonna go get my puller, just a claw puller, and it should come off then. Be right back. Okay guys, the claw puller turned out to be incorrect. That is not how you remove this piece. And it took me a little while to figure that out. So let me show you what actually had to be done to get this off. Okay folks, so there's been a change of plans. So I was not able to get this lock plate off. The tool I had doesn't press back on it. And now I see, even if the tool had worked, it was too shallow. Even if it had worked, there's a roll pin in there. It ain't going nowhere. So the roll pin goes all the way through. See there? Beep. So that wouldn't have worked. So you have to, there's a little metal cover here you have to take off. Yeah, that's probably not the proper way to take it off, but I beat on it till it come off, and then you pop that roll pin out. Then I believe, now I've done these before, but it's been a while. I took this piece here off thinking that maybe I could access that spring in there and just get rid of this piece and not have to deal with this, but that ain't happening either. So we're gonna knock this roll pin out and then knock the roll pin out of this. In Project Scamp, I can hopefully use this steering column. I'm gonna put a manual box on it, so I'll have to buy an adapter, but that's okay. I'd like to keep the steering column in the car if I could. I think it'd be cheaper than to put another steering column in it. Okay, the hammer and the punch. There's the pin. Oops, not really. You just simply ran it right through there, knocked it out. And look at there. Doo-doo. Oh God, that was a pain in the ass. I guess the next thing I'll try to tackle is this switch. See if I can get this switch out. But yeah, I got it now where I can, should be able to turn the steering wheel. In fact, let me just sit the steering wheel on there and just see if it does turn. It should. Oh, one thing, guys, you'll notice the steering column has a little keyway. I guess you call that a keyway, a little groove, and that lines up with the steering wheel. If you see right in there, you probably can't see it, but I can see it. It's dark. You guys can't see in there. There you go. You see that? Right there. So just to show you that that's what it was, I'm gonna put the steering wheel back on it. I didn't put the nut on. I haven't locked it all the way down, but look, you can see it's turning. Turning just fine. So that solves that problem. But that's just gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a challenge learning this stuff. You guys went along with me. That's what this is all about. You can see this is just an old ratty old car. I don't want to put a lot of money into it. It's just gonna be a cheap little budget Saturday night drag car. And the stuff that matters we'll spend money on. Not gonna spend a whole lot of money on paint and that kind of thing. It's gonna be a old ratty car. But guys, this will be a cool build. This car is for sale. I got about 3,500 in it right now. That's including some of the parts that I've purchased. But it's a 72 Plymouth Scamp. Appreciate if you hit the thumbs up on this video, and come down and scroll down rather and look at some of the other videos we've got. We've got a lot of project cars, a lot of stuff going on. We do junkyard crawls. We actually got a couple of cars that we take to the racetrack. We do a lot of car shows. Matter of fact, there's a bunch of car shows coming up, so I'm gonna be busy here these next few months. Between car racing and the car shows, the next 4 months are gonna be pretty hectic. And so I'm gonna go in for the day, get me something to eat, and call it a day, and we'll do this other part of this video later. Folks, I really do appreciate it. The old videos are definitely picking up a lot of steam. I really appreciate that. That helps with the algorithms, all that kind of stuff. When you hit that like button and watch those videos, watch them all the way through if you can, and see if you find something you enjoy. I really do appreciate it. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. All right, folks, Bob out.